What if everything we've been taught about our origins is only the surviving chapter of a much older story? What if entire civilizations rose to unimaginable heights, developed knowledge we barely understand, and were erased so completely that only myths survived? Where did they go? Why do so many cultures speak of a great flood? Why do ancient texts describe gods descending from the sky? And here's the question no one dares to ask out loud. Are we truly from this planet? Or did our story begin somewhere else? Stay with me, because the deeper we go, the more unsettling it becomes. Across the world, from Egypt to Peru, from Mesopotamia to Mesoamerica, ancient civilizations left behind structures that defy simplicity. The Great Pyramid of Giza, over 2.3 million blocks of stone, some weighing more than 70 tons, aligned almost perfectly to true north. Built over 4,500 years ago, explains it through manpower, ramps, copper tools, brilliant organization. And yes, evidence supports organized labor and extraordinary engineering skill. But here's what makes experts pause: the precision, the astronomical alignment, the mathematical ratios embedded in its design. Ancient engineers were not primitive. They were masters. And Egypt is not alone. In Peru, the walls of Sacsayhuaman contain stones weighing over 100 tons, cut and fitted with such precision that even modern engineers admire the craftsmanship. In Lebanon, at Baalbek, a single stone block weighs approximately 800 tons. 800 tons! Even today, moving something like that would require massive industrial machinery. So here's the question. Did ancient civilizations possess knowledge we no longer understand? Because knowledge can be lost. The Romans built concrete that lasts 2,000 years, and then humanity forgot how to make it. Civilizations rise, they peak, and then they collapse. But why? Let's look at the pattern. The Maya, masters of astronomy, builders of towering pyramids deep in the jungle. Around the 9th century, many major cities were abandoned. Drought, overpopulation, environmental strain, internal conflict. But there's no single cause. They didn't vanish overnight, they fragmented. The same pattern appears in the Indus Valley civilization. Cities like Mohenjo-Daro had advanced sewage systems and urban planning by 2600 BC. Then, around 1900 BC, they declined. Climate shifts likely altered river systems, trade collapsed, society weakened. No massive war, no apocalyptic destruction, just slow unraveling. Now let's go deeper. About 12,800 years ago, Earth experienced a sudden climate shift known as the Younger Dryas. Some researchers propose that a comet or fragmented asteroid impact triggered massive fires and abrupt cooling. The evidence is debated, but here's what isn't debated. Sea levels rose over 120 meters at the end of the Ice Age. Entire coastlines disappeared. And where do civilizations prefer to settle? Near water. If advanced settlements existed along ancient coastlines 12,000 years ago, they are now underwater. We have mapped more of Mars than our ocean floor. Let that sink in. Now let's talk about the flood. Almost every major civilization has a flood myth. Mesopotamia, the Epic of Gilgamesh, the Bible, Hindu texts, Chinese legends, Mesoamerican traditions. Why? Coincidence? Or collective memory of rising seas at the end of the Ice Age? When glaciers melted, massive freshwater lakes burst into oceans. Coastal settlements would have been destroyed. For survivors, it would feel like the world was ending. And if a civilization was wiped out, what would remain? Stories, passed down for thousands of years. Now we enter dangerous territory: the gods. Ancient myths describe beings descending from the sky. The Sumerians wrote of the Anunnaki. Greek mythology speaks of Olympian gods interacting directly with humans. In Mesoamerica, Quetzalcoatl, a feathered serpent deity, was described as a bringer of knowledge. In many traditions, gods taught humans agriculture, astronomy, writing. Were these literal beings? Highly advanced humans? Symbolic representations of natural forces? Or simply mythology created to explain the unknown? Mainstream scholarship views them as mythological constructs. But here's something interesting. In nearly every culture, the gods eventually leave. They promise to return, or they disappear after a catastrophe. Why does that pattern repeat? Now here's a question that unsettles people. Are we from this planet? Biologically, yes. Genetically, humans evolved on Earth. Fossil and DNA evidence strongly support that. But here's where the mystery deepens. Human intelligence appears to have accelerated dramatically. Our brains tripled in size over evolutionary time. We developed language, symbolic thought, advanced tools. Why so fast? Evolution explains gradual change, but cultural acceleration? That's harder to model. Some researchers argue that climate instability forced innovation. Others suggest that social complexity drove intelligence. There is no evidence humans came from elsewhere, but the speed of cognitive revolution remains one of science's biggest puzzles. Now let's look at planetary cycles. Earth has experienced 5 mass extinction events: asteroid impacts, volcanic supereruptions, climate shifts. Each time, life nearly reset, and then regenerated. Earth is not static, it is dynamic. It destroys, it rebuilds. Could civilization be part of that cycle? Rise, peak, collapse, regrowth. Look at Easter Island, a society that built massive stone statues, then deforested its own island, collapsed. Look at Angkor in Cambodia, once the largest pre-industrial city on Earth. Climate stress and political instability led to abandonment. Look at Rome. Internal corruption, economic strain, external pressure. No civilization is immune. Now here's the uncomfortable question. Are we heading toward our own cycle? Climate change, resource depletion, technological dependence. History suggests civilizations fall when they ignore warning signs. And we have warning signs. But here's the twist. Collapse doesn't mean extinction, it means transformation. Humanity survived the Ice Age, survived plagues, survived world wars. The planet regenerates, forests return, oceans adapt, but not without consequences. Now pause for a moment. If this exploration is opening your mind, if you believe more people should hear these questions, take a second to like this video. Share it with someone who loves ancient mysteries, and comment below. Do you think a lost, advanced civilization existed before recorded history? Your interaction helps this channel reach more curious minds. Now let's go even further. Atlantis. Plato described it as a powerful island civilization destroyed in a single day and night. Many scholars interpret it as allegory. But here's the detail people overlook.
Plato dated Atlantis to roughly 9,000 years before his time. That places it around the end of the Ice Age, exactly when sea levels were rising dramatically. Coincidence? Maybe, but maybe not. Underwater ruins near Yonaguni, Japan, submerged structures near India's coast, ancient cities like Dwarka described in Hindu texts, now found beneath the sea. None conclusively prove Atlantis, but they prove something else. We are only beginning to rediscover what was lost. Now imagine this scenario. A coastal civilization 12,000 years ago, advanced for its time, trading, building, mapping stars. Then, rising seas, floods, climate chaos. Survivors scatter inland, knowledge fragments. Over generations, advanced understanding becomes myth. Gods, golden age, great flood. And thousands of years later, we call them legends. Now let's address the moon. Humans walked on the moon. There is overwhelming scientific evidence supporting the Apollo missions. Moon rocks analyzed worldwide, independent tracking by multiple countries, photographic and telemetry data. But why do conspiracy theories persist? Because secrecy creates doubt. When governments hide information, even unrelated information, trust erodes.
So people question everything. Were we ever there? Yes, evidence supports it. But did we fully understand what we found? That remains a topic of speculation. In a future episode, we could explore ancient lost technologies. Did previous civilizations possess knowledge of energy, astronomy, or engineering that we are only now rediscovering? Or something even more controversial? Are we repeating a cycle of rise and fall that has happened before? Now here's the truth. There is no confirmed evidence of a global, ancient super-civilization. There is no proof humans came from another planet. There is no verified evidence of extraterrestrial gods. But there are gaps, unanswered questions, and history is constantly being rewritten. Troy was once considered myth, until it was found. Göbekli Tepe rewrote the timeline of civilization. New discoveries continue to surprise experts, which means humility is necessary. The past is deeper than we think, and the future? Uncertain. Before we end, we want to say something personal. We are a new YouTube channel exploring history, mystery, and the unanswered questions that most people are afraid to ask. If you made it this far, it means you are curious, and curiosity changes the world. It would truly mean a lot if you subscribed and joined us. Your support allows us to research deeper, question harder, and bring you content that challenges assumptions. And tell us in the comments, should our next episode explore lost ancient technologies or something even more provocative? Did humanity once reach the moon long before NASA? Thank you for being here. It is buried, and we are just beginning to dig.